Hello, everyone. The budget is now done dusted for this next upcoming fiscal year. And since it's not a poll going year, the budget is not a populist one, but I would say pro industry. There have been a lot of between the prints, which still needs to be read, understood. But from a macro perspective, this budget will create a lot of long term impact for an industry to invest into capex, thereby generating employment and employment generating more opportunities for the citizens of this country. The biggest bounty for industry is having a dedicated funds for particular sectors which has been notified and a focus on data centers, rare earth metals and magnets, given the proliferation of AI as well as advent of EV, and with ever demanding requirements of high-end laptops or electronic gadgets, which all require this rare earth metals, the focus in this budget has been that particular sector as primary because they got the highest benefit of any foreign income which is earned from availing the services from India data centers. The tax is exempted for such income till 2047, which is a wonderful thing. I'm sure this will spur the investment in building a lot of data centers, and this will certainly benefit all the bigs of the West. In fact, it could be Google or it could be Amazon who are massively investing in India, and especially even Anantraj and Adani investing into data centers in India. I think this is a fabulous thing, and this has got a huge potential for generating a long term employment. And when it comes to MSMEs, there has been a dedicated fund of 10,000 crore for scaling up. We need to wait to hear more details about it. And similarly, for the buybacks, it's now taxed as capital gains for a non-promoter investors. And for promoter investors, if it is non-corporate at 30%, and if it is a corporate promoter, then it is at 22%. So these measures certainly augured the private capital investment. The next most important thing for IT sector, which is the primary engine in the service sector of this country in terms of exports, it has been a wonderful thing because for now the transfer pricing has been made simplified. As per the budget, now the threshold, I would say, the safe harbor, rather technically if you use, the safe harbor rate is now 15.5%. And it's not just creating confusion. In fact, it has been consolidated by saying that all the companies which are into information technology services, whether they are into software development or providing GCC services, everything is now merged into one single safe harbor rate. From an individual side, yes, increase in STT for the derivative transactions. Please note that it's only for speculative transactions. The STT has been increased. Similarly, on unexplained income or credit or expenditure, now the tax rate has been reduced from 60% to 30%. And for non-resident investors, it's a wonderful news because whatever properties they were selling in the past in India, especially the immovable properties, the buyer was required to obtain TAN for remitting the TDS when they purchase any immovable property from the non-resident. This has been done away with. Now the buyer don't have to apply TAN. They can do this with their PAN itself. And similarly, the tax collection rates have been harmonized at 2% with limits, without limits, when it comes to overseas travel or medical treatment or education to 2%. And the written filing, the revised written filing or a correction filing has been extended now with a nominal fee. And this is a welcome move. And for non-audit cases, the returns can be filed by 31st August, which was earlier 31st July. One more important provision, because now the companies have gone global and a lot of Indian employees have ESOPs in the overseas companies or the parent companies of the Indian subsidiaries. And most of the time, while filing the income tax return, the employee does not understand how to actually fill this foreign asset into the schedule. And they get notices and they get disturbed. And now the government, with this budget, the provision has been amended where there is no prosecution up to 20 lakhs of declaration, foreign asset declaration. So this is a welcome move. Overall, this budget, I would say that this will augur private investment. This will augur capex towards building data centers. And this goes very well in putting an end to transfer pricing issues for all those Indian subsidiaries who avail services from the foreign companies by adopting the safe harbor provisions. And this goes very well for the GCCs. And I am very positive about more GCCs looking at the shore of India with the regulations becoming simplified. This budget may not gives that ticks and bells and whistles to individuals, but this is a budget made for industry and made to augur private investments and continue the momentum of GDP growth of India and maintain the fiscal deficit of 4.3% to GDP and yet achieve its benefits with a long term vision and not a short term sight. So, from an industry perspective, I say this budget has done a major step towards making the government policy go straight to the corporate boardroom, making them to be part of this Viksit Bharat Vision 2047.